as I discuss that the program should be start with main first bracket second bracket. I start from beginning. Okay. Now our program should be kept between the second bracket. That means the second bracket open and second bracket closed. In between whatever statement we write, these statements are executed by our C compiler. Okay. Now this is the program of a calculating the simple interest, and we know the formula that simple interest should be calculating by this formula P, that means principal of amount into n number of years into rate of interest R divided by 100. It is the formula of a calculating the simple interest. So we have to write this formula in between our C program. We know that. But what are the procedures? Procedures that first we have to declare the variable characters. Variable characters mean what the value the variable should contain. We know if we give the principal amount 1000 and if we give the number of years 3, then those value are the integer value. That is why P and N we declare as a integer. Okay. Now we know the R is 8.5. It is a floating value, and the calculation is the multiplication of R. That is why the simple interest would be in floating also. So R and SI declare as a float number. Till now, is it clear to you? Okay. Now see, we give the value of those variable. P is equal to 1000, N is equal to 3, R is equal to 8.5. All the value are given. Now in second line we write the formula SI is equal to P into N into R by 100 and finished with the semicolon. Okay. Now see the written here formula for simple interest. Now question is it any instruction? Is it executed by C compiler? This line? And is it a mandatory to give every program? Those questions is arrived to our mind. See, no, this is not a statement. Okay, this is not a instruction. It is for ourselves to make understand easily. Whenever any statement start with front slash and asterisk sign, and in between anything you write, this portion is not executed by our compiler. We write this because we understand that this is the formula of calculating simple interest. It is for the programmer, not for the compiler. Is it clear? In between front slash asterisk sign, whatever we write, this portion will not executed by our C compiler. Clear? Okay. Now see, the first instruction we got, print F. The first instruction. Till now we are declaring the variable name, the value of variable, the formulas, but this printf is a keyword and it has certain value, certain meaning to the compiler. When the compiler finds printf, then compiler understand that what will going to be, what will have to be do. Printf means whatever answer or whatever thing you write between this first bracket and second bracket have to display. Printf is used for displaying. Clear? It is the command for something. Now question is which have to display. What have to display? The display is SI. See here, SI. SI means simple interest. Whatever we calculate simple interest, now these have to display. Now we have to mention SI in which format. It is in integer format, it is in character format, or it is in floating format. See, at first we write that in double inverted comma we write percent of f. That means the value you have to display is in floating. Percent of f means floating. If it is integer, then we use percent of d. Clear? If we have to declare integer value, then we write percent of d. And here we know the SI is a floating value. That is why we write percent of f, comma SI. This is a format. Every time we have to maintain this format. The value of P, N, R directly. Okay. Now, if we have to take those value from outside, like user can put the value of principal, put the value of number of years, put the value of rate of interest, and it calculate the simple interest. Then what should be our program? The earlier we give the value P, N, R directly. Now we not give. Now this option in hand of the user who going to be calculate. Like your program should be now a calculator. They put the value of principal, they put the value of number of year, they put the value of rate of interest, and your program is calculate the simple interest. It will be better, yes or not? So there is a command scanf. This command is used to input some value to a certain variable. Okay, now how? See, the same program, by calculating simple interest, we declare same the format of the variable, like P is a integer, N is a integer, R is a float, and SI is a float. Now see, we print some statement, enter the value of P, N, R. That means in the display, it will display that enter the value of P, N, R. Now the user input the value of P, input the value of N, and input the value of R. Now how these value are stored inside the P and N and R? This is the command scanf. See, to input a value to a certain variable, this is the command %p. That means the first value is copy inside the p, comma %n. That means second value, whichever the user is input, will be stored in n. Again the %r, the third value which is given by the user, will be stored in r. Okay, now in double inverted comma we have to declare the character of those value. The first p is a integer, that is why % of d. Now paste, again n is a integer, % of d. Now r is a floating, that is why paste % of f. Is it clear? Renu, is it clear to you? Okay. Now the rest of thing is same. Now you calculate the simple interest. SI is equal to P into N into R by 100. Printf % of SI. The only difference is with the earlier program is in earlier We put the value of PNR directly inside the program. Now we not put the value of PNR. Now we have an option to collect the input of the PNR from outsider by using scanf command. Is it clear? Now little bit about the C instruction we have to know. Now that we have written a few program, let us look at instruction. And we used in this program, there are basically three type of instruction. One is declaration instruction, type declaration instruction, where we declare it is a integer or floating or character, whatever else. Second is arithmetic instruction, where we use the arithmetic formulas. And last is control instruction, where we controlled. Those three type of instruction is there. Okay. Now see, in arithmetic instruction, to perform the arithmetic operation, we already knows. And what are the control instruction? To control the sequence of execution of various statement in a C program. Like the first we declare the integer or float, the variable format. Then we put the value of the variable. Then we calculate the formula. So we keep controlling the sequence. Okay. We not start with the writing a formula first, then give a declaration of variable, then take a value of variable. No, then your program will be not executed. You have to maintain the sequence right way. Then your program will be execute. Okay. Now we already know the how the instruction we declare integer float. I know go for that. Now we come with the arithmetic operation. What are the symbols and what we can do in arithmetic? Okay, go for that. This is a vital one. We have to understand integer and float conversion. It is a very important. Okay. Now see, if 5 by 2 we want to do in our program, then what will be the result? Generally 5 by 2 means what? Okay. Now if we declare 5 as an integer and 2 as an integer and keep the result in integer format, then your result should show 2. Not 2.5, because you declare your result keep in a integer. That is why result should be declared in float. Okay. Now see, the same 2 divided by 5, it should result 0.4, but if your result in integer format, it show the before the point. That means your result comes 0. Okay. Now if you declare 1 is a float, 5.0, then your answer will be 2.5. See here. So you have to understand this float to integer conversion. Same thing like shown here. K is equal to 2.9, result is 0. But if result in float format, then that should be look like that. Is it understand by all the table? See, if the result kept in integer, then the result will come like that. Like that. 9 by 2, it should 4.5, but you keep the result in integer, then it show 4. But if you keep the result in float, all of those, then it should come 4.5. Is it clear? So you have to look on this table to understand the better operation of your integer and floating conversion. Okay. Now another vital thing in mathematics is hierarchy of operation. Hierarchy of operation means what are the symbols have the priority first, what are the second, and what are the third. Multiplication is topmost priority, then division, and then this percent sign in C means remainder. What is that? If we do the operation 5% of 2, see the priority, the multiplication, the division and remainder are the top priority level. The first one is multiplication, then division, then remainder. In second level there is the addition and subtraction, and third one is assignment or equal to. Now see this. Okay, not see the answer. Please do it yourself and give me the answer first. Please don't see the answer. Solve this equation and give me the answer. We did the multiplication first because of the priority of multiplication is top. That is why 2 into 3 is 6. Now rest of the equation we keep same. Now the division we have to done. The first one is 6 divided by 4. Now those 6 and 4 all are in integer. Then what should be the answer? One. Yes. Now we write this answer 1. Now again we keep all are the same. Now we have to do the second division. This 4 by 4 also 1. Now we have to do the third division, 5 by 8. What should be the result? 5 by 8. Zero. Because it is an integer operation, not floating. Now we did the addition. This 1, 1, 2 plus 8. Now this is 10. And then finally we do the subtraction. So our answer will be 8. Is it clear to you all? Siddharth, is it clear to you? So always keep mind that the mathematic formula you put in C programming, the declaration of the variable is vital. If you declare the variable as an integer, then the answer you get, and if you declare the variable as a float, may be not same. Because for declaring the floating, the after point value will be calculated or considered. So 0.5 may create a 1. So your answer may change. So whenever you start writing any program, first you think the variable, the value containing in the variable in integer format or floating format. Then you have to think the priority of the this arithmetic operation. When the multiplication is done, when the division is done, you have to keep this sequence, because it depend of the priority of these symbols. Is it clear to all? See that in algebra we write a into b minus c into d, but in C expression we write a asterisk b minus c asterisk d. Both are same. Here asterisk sign will replace the multiplication sign. Now if we write in m plus n into a plus b, in that case algebra we not give any sign in between m plus n and a plus b, but in C programming we have to give this asterisk sign. Neither it will not operate, not executed properly. Now if we go for the algebra function like 3x square plus 2x plus 5, in here there is no option to give the x square directly. We have to give 3 into x, that means 3x square, then 2 into x plus 5. Now in algebra a plus b plus c by d plus c, then we have to write like that, and this should be like that. Okay, this is the table. Okay, today's class we stop here.